So Colin, I heard this idea, not this idea. I heard somebody ask this question one time, and we've mentioned it to each other before, but the question is, how many birthdays are there? 365 or 8 billion?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as it comes out of my mouth for the first time ever on the air, I've come to the conclusion that the answer is just both, right?
Yeah. There's no like as you said it, and because you mentioned it before a while back,
yeah.
we've never talked about in the podcast, and I've still yet to come up with some good, interesting answer other than it depends on how you're looking at it.
Right. There's no like logical breakdown.
Right. It's just
like you can't be. Well, maybe you
can look at it as
I don't know
how many days there are or how many people there are.
Right.
You know.
Didn't we just like pass 8 billion or something recently?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I saw that somewhere.
It's like forever we've been saying there's 8 billion people on the planet,
but
really there hasn't been. Almost like people being like 2,000 years ago, Jesus walked the earth. And I'm like, we've been saying that for like a couple hundred years. Like when do we get to like 2,500 years ago, Jesus walked the earth? You know what I mean? Like
when we can start rounding.
2.5 thousand years ago. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Do you think we'll ever see the day where Jesus walked the earth 3,000 years ago?
I don't think we will.
Well, obviously
I can
we
say
won't.
that.
Do you think Christ will return?
If I had to make a prediction, I would say no.
Oh. Okay.
Welcome back to the Recap Podcast. I am Colin. That is Ian.
Again.
We got some good stuff planned for today. Ian is going to freestyle. And I'm going to chug a 12-pack of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, let's get into it.
It's going to be awesome. Ian, tell us about your life. Recap it, if you will.
Recap it. Yeah. So when I was just coming out of the hospital, after I got born, I don't remember much in the hospital or really anything before that, but all I remember is that I came out of the hospital much more alive than I was when I went in, which is interesting to say because I was just as much like medically alive as I was when I went in, but I felt like different. Like I was breathing my own oxygen.
Right.
I was looking with my own eyes, even though I was doing that before too, but like the world was just darkness before. Right. And within a week, hopped on a plane, flew. That's not true. That didn't happen. Hopped in a van, drove to Florida.
Nice.
And I was kicking it with Mickey Mouse.
Your parents went to Disney when you were a week old?
I think between a week and like 3 weeks, somewhere in that range. But yes,
impressive.
I was a very, very newborn. Yeah. So you know me. I just live to party.
If I could say one thing about you, it's that you live to party.
That's what I'm saying, right? I just said that. But speaking of parties, okay, me wedding this weekend, and it was hype. Okay.
I was going to say you went to another one, but it was a different one. It was a different thing the week before. So never mind. Keep going.
What did I do the week before?
Like
bachelor party. Yeah.
Yep,
Same guy. Now he's wed. We've wed him.
He's been wed. Yeah. Is that how that works?
Yeah. He's been wed.
Yeah.
He's now wed.
Wed's a weird verb. It works in a lot of different ways.
It was fun. It was a joke that we made, it was a joke that one of the groomsmen made, and then I stole it and used it the rest
of your podcast.
Yes, but also the rest of the weekend, I was like ready to wed these two, and every time somebody looked at me, they're like, "Ew," and I was like, "It's not.
That's how the word.
It's not.
No,
it's just using grammar properly. Probably
get educated.
Get grammared, loser." But yeah, so went to a wedding. Not only went to, I was in the wedding. I was an usher.
Nice.
But I was also the tech for the wedding. Ran Pro Presenter. You'd be proud of me.
I would be. Was it 7?
It was Pro Presenter 7. Yes.
Made the upgrade.
I
like
created
5 years later.
I created this song, the whole like
playlist.
No, not the play. The playlist was already in there. There's only one song, but I created like a new presentation for the song. Right?
Nice.
Like, so the presentation of the song is only for this event. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And yeah, I went through all that. Did a little bit of programming on the lights.
Ooh,
that was fun.
They using Light Key?
They're not using light key. They were using a different thing. It was cool though. I don't remember specifically what it was.
Like, was it a board or a computer program?
Computer program.
Okay.
Yep.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
In my experience.
Well, I think for like churches it is. I think as you upscale more and more, you get more into like manually doing lights.
Yeah, I think in some ways.
Yeah, but big churches, like big churches, typically have a light board and somebody running the lights.
Really?
Yeah. Concerts don't, because it's all pre-programmed.
Correct.
Because it's the same set every night. But yeah, big churches, big event like centers with stuff like that. Anyway, so got done with the ceremony, went to the reception. Your boy is the DJ.
Nice.
Okay.
You're really wearing multiple hats.
Yes. Usher, pro presenter tech, DJ / like sound tech at like I was adjusting mic volumes and such.
Yeah.
Really fun. Had a blast. Tore it up on the dance floor, dude.
Nice.
Tore it up. And I'm not usually a dancer, but I just decided to say the heck with it. And I got out there and I tore it up. I've never been that sweaty. That's not true. I have, but like it's been a while. I was really thrown down, but yeah, that's part of my life recap. I have another thing, but I think you should do a thing and then I'll go back.
Okay. Dang it. I had a thing to ask you that I thought of. Oh, what are your thoughts on Grammarly?
Grammarly?
Yeah.
When I was a chipper young lad, in college, I used it and I enjoyed it. I never really got good at it though. Like you can, and this is you're probably going to laugh at me because it's probably one of the easiest things to do, but you can like get it to where it is like built into whatever you're typing. So it just does it automatically.
Right. But you're just copy and pasting it into
I always copied it into the website. Sure.
I'm not going to laugh at you. That's okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't figure it out. I tried and tried.
No biggie.
But no, I think it's helpful for sure. It's not perfect. At least the free version isn't perfect. I think that the premium
What do you mean
version,
by not perfect?
where like I've had...
What are you expecting from it?
I've had people be like, that comma doesn't actually go there, but Grammarly said it does. Or
interesting.
Or like this word, like yet, or a lot of times it'll be like, you used this word wrong. And I'm like...
I'm pretty sure it's right.
No, but like it is.
No.
You know what I mean?
You're
like I
confident.
actually did use the word right. And it's like, you should use this word. And I'm like, but if I use that word, then I said like, that is very cool. That is awesome. You know what I mean?
Sure. So you're trying to spice it up a little bit, get some...
I'm trying to
add new sentence structure.
I'm trying to add some human into my paper, right? Because
so to you, does human mean bad grammar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think that the way we write and the way we talk are not the same.
No, nor should they be.
Nor should they be, but sometimes they can be similar. And that's okay.
I think for a formal paper, they shouldn't be.
I don't think formal paper should exist.
Well, that's a different discussion. I totally agree.
What did I learn research is good. And they have no way to prove that you did the research without the paper.
Nobody does the research.
But a lot of papers are like so pointless.
They don't even have they can't even prove you did the research with the paper.
This is true. Yeah.
You can cheat.
You can cheat. Cheating.
Don't cheat, but
don't cheat. Don't commit academic fraud, because that is
academic dishonesty is not a cool thing to commit,
isn't it? Like somewhat illegal.
I don't know. I think they
or do they just say it's illegal?
I think it's a little bit of that.
This is very.
I think with like plagiarism, it can get illegal, but then they kind of just lump in all forms of cheating with plagiarism.
That makes sense.
Just so they're like, I mean, you could go to jail for a long time if you cheat. If you cheat on this test, they'll knock on your door and arrest you. Yeah, like I'm not even kidding.
You know what I heard somebody say?
What'd you hear?
I forgot who it was or what the context of the conversation was, but we were talking about plagiarism, and this person said that they talked to a person. I can't remember exactly what happened, but they were like, yeah, dude, plagiarism's not cool. And this other guy was like, I just do it. I talked to a guy at a record label. He said all the money goes to the artist anyway. So
there you go. Plagiarism is cool. We are a pro plagiar. I'm teasing.
Plagiarize.
Don't do it.
It's almost impossible to plagiarize at this point.
How so?
Like it's more difficult to plagiarize than to just like download Spotify.
Oh, that's not like you're saying like pirating.
Well, okay, so like a version of plagiarism is like sharing CDs.
I don't know
hey,
if that's
I
plagiarism.
have this CD. You take it home and download it onto your computer.
Right.
And then give it back to me.
I don't think that's plagiarism. Plagiarism would be you like publishing that CD on Spotify as your own. I think plagiarism is you like taking credit for or not giving credit to the creator of something.
Yeah. I guess I was under the impression that like that what I just said is lumped into plagiarism.
Gotcha.
But
I don't know for sure, but I think it's not.
Okay.
Nonetheless, piracy and plagiarism generally don't do it.
Or do. Movies to watch.tv.
That's not plagiarism.
Okay. Moving on.
Oh yeah, back to what I was saying about Grammarly.
Yeah.
I just saw an ad for some AI thing they have built into it now.
Built into Grammarly?
Built into Grammarly. Where you can, because like the premium one has a lot more of like the sentence structure stuff.
Right.
And like the bigger things than just like spelling errors and that kind of thing.
They're like, hey, try this instead.
Yeah, or to be like, here's how you can reword this to give it a different tone.
Right.
So that's a lot of that kind of stuff with the AI thing is you could be like, tell me how to make this sound more confident.
Yeah.
Or make this sound a little bit nicer. Or make this email more formal. So
gotcha. You could do that on ChatGPT though.
You could, but I think it's just the convenience of, which you don't even take advantage of, but it's the convenience of having it right in your text box.
Right.
Yeah,
true.
So like for me, when I'm doing, like for school, we have a lot of discussion posts, and right in that text box, I have the Grammarly thing right there.
Yeah. And you could just be like, make this more formal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Exactly.
That is cool.
So then anyway, I was like, maybe I'll look into that. And then it's like, I think it's like $12 or more a month.
Oh.
And I was like, that's a lot of money.
You're like, I could just copy it into ChatGPT.
For that kind of money, I'm not
Copy paste.
Yeah.
Copy paste.
Easy. ChatGPT has an app now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the legit ChatGPT?
Yeah. Because there's plenty of knockoffs,
There's plenty of AI.
Yeah. And I think some of them use like they're actually using the ChatGPT
name
API. So it's like actually going through ChatGPT, but it's not official.
Yeah.
They just come out with like an official app.
That's cool.
It's free, no ads. Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are they making money?
Don't know.
Fun.
Don't worry about it.
Don't care.
Probably not.
You know what I think's fascinating about AI?
Tell me.
ChatGPT drops it, right? They were the original, right?
Yeah. Well, OpenAI is the company.
Okay.
And like they were the first. Kind of. They're the first like mainstream one.
Regardless, somebody started it.
Yep.
Drops it, puts it out. People freak out, and all of a sudden, everybody knows how to do it. Like Grammarly has AI now. Yeah, well, we figured it out. We reverse engineered it.
What's happening is
what?
So the way it's working is OpenAI is the company.
Yeah.
And they have this like AI program called GPT-4, or first it was 3, then it was 3.5. Now it's 4. And companies can, I think, they can license it and use it and like modify or have their own like different version of it, that's doing slightly different things and use that with their program.
Oh.
So and then I think Google has one similar.
Most AI comes from
and I think
OpenAI.
Amazon might. So there's like a few big companies that are doing the AI stuff, and then most of like the like Grammarly's, for example, I think is probably using GPT.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Like behind the scenes kind of, and then basically just putting a skin on top of it.
Right.
That says Grammarly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. So no conspiracy theory there.
No,
like everybody's had ChatGPT for so long and now it's all out in the open.
No, I don't think so. It could be.
Could be.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Back to you.
Yeah, back to me. So I talked a little bit about golf last week.
Yeah. Big golf guy now?
I played my first official round of golf this weekend. Okay. It was so fun.
Did you 9 or 18 holes? All 18?
3.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the golf course that was near the groom's house, which I stayed at the groom's house, showed up Friday night for the rehearsal dinner, stayed at the groom's house, and then wedding Saturday. But Saturday morning, we were like, this golf course right next to his house has a 3-hole set, 2 par 3s and a par 4.
Cool.
Okay. And we were like, let's go shoot it twice, like do 6 holes. And we're like, sweet. So we go there. All these guys who I'm with like have their own clubs.
Oh, sure.
Right. Not on them, but the one guy who is already packed for camp, because he lives in Rochester. So he's like, I'm just going to stay for a week up here somewhere and then whatever. So he had his clubs, and then Andy, who's the groom, had 2 sets of clubs at his house. So he brought those. So we're all sharing clubs and we're going, and it was a blast. Like, I don't have a ton to say about it, but excuse me. It was like just so fun because I was, I don't know. I had a good time. I made a couple pretty good shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple really, really pretty good shots. I made one incredible putt. That wasn't that much of an incredible putt.
But for you, because you never played.
Right. And everybody else had missed the putt. And we kind of split off into teams, and we were like this team versus the other team. And my whole team had missed this putt, and it was my turn. And they were like, Ian, no pressure. And I set the ball down and I just clicked it, and it went in, and everybody went wild. And it was so fun.
So were you playing, because I don't remember what it's called, but I've heard of a way to play like golf with a team. Basically, the way I understand this version is everyone goes at the start, and then with each team, you take the closest one to the hole.
Yeah,
and everyone
I think
goes
it's
from there.
called scramble.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, that's what we did.
Cool.
So we all
that
teed
sounds
up.
fun.
Yeah,
because then even if you suck, you still like get to be kind of good.
Right. We all teed off from the same place. The first one, golfers know what this is, but for the first one, we went from the black, which is like the farthest away.
One?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think there's black, blue, and then a women's and a children's.
Gotcha.
So the first 3 holes we did, we went from black, and then the second round we went from the women's, just for fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a blast. I only used a driver on one, the par 4, and my driver game sucks, dude.
Yeah. I would imagine you don't have very good form since you're...
I actually do have decent form.
Really?
Yeah.
For never doing it?
Yeah. Well, I went to Sweet Shots.
Oh, that's right. So you were.
But then we got the groom for on his bachelor party. We got him like a chipping game thing. Whatever. Cool. You chip the ball into
big golf guy?
Into the net. Yeah, he's a pretty big golf guy. So we played that a lot during the bachelor weekend, and I really figured out form pretty well.
Gotcha.
I don't have great
You mastered
form.
golf.
I mastered golf over the weekend. Yeah.
Looking for my next sport after this one because I don't have anywhere else to go from this.
Yeah, I might pick up a music thing. I don't know.
Start pickleball. I don't know.
Ooh, that's fun. No, spike ball is my game.
Spike ball's great.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to throw that out there because last week caught some heat because people were like, "Oh, you play golf?" Like at the table, Marla was like, "Oh, so you don't play golf? You just want to play golf?"
Because your wording was, "I've been into golf lately."
True. I worded it incorrectly, and the comment I received was justified. But I just wanted to throw it out there that I've officially played 6 holes of golf.
You're now into golf.
And into golf I loved it, and it was fun, and I plan on doing it again sometime in my life.
I like
Probably not anywhere near buying clubs, but...
You don't think you ever buy clubs?
Not right now.
No,
I'm not even a little bit wanting to right now, but...
I've thought about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, we should golf together. Why not?
I would love to. Do
you want to get into golfing with me?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm legitimately serious right now.
Gosh.
You might be kidding, but I'm 100% serious.
I'm 100% serious.
Dude.
September.
Awesome. Okay.
We're going to start golfing in September. It doesn't quite get cold until like mid-October.
Yeah.
Dude.
You can golf.
This is so exciting.
I'm pretty hyped.
Do not forget.
Okay. I'll probably forget until I'm editing this episode, and I'll be like, oh yeah. Then I'll text you. Be like, we got to golf.
4 months from now.
Yeah. Set a reminder.
We could
set a reminder.
I'll do it right now.
Okay, you do it.
Set a reminder for September 6th at 10 a.m. Golf with Colin.
Did it do it?
Done. It's done.
Nice.
I just chose September 6th.
That's a good day.
Yeah.
It's a good day. That's my brother's birthday, actually.
So we can't go golfing
we can't go that day.
Dang it.
But we can go the next day.
It'll be a weekend.
Not the day after, because that's my sister's birthday.
Actually.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That close together.
Yes.
The one day.
Yes, correct.
Almost like, why didn't you just do them on the same day?
Can't you just held on for a little bit longer?
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's backwards because your sister's older.
Right.
Because I was like, you could have just like popped it.
Oh, sure.
Right. But you can't. If it doesn't on
if
its
it's
own,
happening, you gotta.
If it's happening, you can't just hold it in. I mean, so I'm told. I don't know birthed a child myself.
I'm comfortable with the amount of knowledge I have about that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Anyway.
Yeah.
For my final life recap thing, since this is pretty much this whole podcast now.
Yeah.
But
hey man, we're just chilling. We're just hanging out.
It's good content. If you like this content, leave a like and 5-star review.
Or don't.
Or I don't care.
I don't care anymore.
I'm so done right now. My family just got a camper, so that's been a fun
actually I already knew
life
that,
thing.
but...
Yeah, you did, but you can pretend to be surprised.
No way, dude.
I know it's pretty hype. Yeah, so the past couple weeks have been like cleaning out the camper.
Right.
My dad's like resealing the whole outside.
Yes, because he's a camper salesman. He knows how to do this stuff.
He knows how to do these things.
Is it like a 2-bunk? Is it like, are there bunk beds in it?
Oh yeah, it's got so it's like typical camper layout. In the front you got the master bedroom.
Wait. I'm gonna guess. Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
So you walk in the door.
Yep.
Right. To your right is like 2 steps maybe into the master bedroom.
It's not a fifth wheel, so there's no steps.
Not a fifth wheel. Nope. Never mind. No steps. So to your right is just master bedroom. Maybe a door slot. Maybe a pocket door.
Yep.
Okay. Pocket door. Master bedroom, which doesn't feel very masterful because it's a camper.
As in, like you have to turn sideways to get get beside the bed.
To get beside the bed. Okay. Straight ahead of you, you have a sofa that folds out into a couch. Obviously.
Folds out into a bed.
My bad. Folds out into
a sofa, but if you wait, hold on. If you fold it out, it becomes a couch.
Which is called a hide-a-bed. Okay. So you have a hide-a-bed right in front of you. Okay. Yep. A little bit further down the line, table that can fold down into a bed if necessary. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fold it a little more, it becomes a couch.
Everything's a couch if you try hard.
It really is.
Okay. Other side, we got a little bit of counter space, sink, stovetop, oven, microwave above stovetop. Farther to the right, if you're facing it, freezer, fridge. Above the freezer, is there a little cabinet?
I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. Moving a little bit farther down on that side of the camper, you have the bathroom. Okay. Very simple layout. Feels like you're in a porta potty. That's just longer.
That also has a shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Which porta potty should have because they're disgusting. You feel like you need to shower after you use one,
Well,
but the shower itself would be disgusting.
The blue collar workers of
I'm not saying
we're out there getting it done, man. And if that's where we have to go, that's where we have.
How did you interpret that as an insult to blue collar workers?
You're like, they're gross and you feel like you need a shower.
They're gross.
Well, they're gross.
You don't think porta potties are gross?
No, I mean, maybe they're a little gross, but they are extremely
so you're saying they're gross.
Necessary.
Why are you insulting blue collar workers, Ian?
I'm not. I said they're necessary.
I didn't say they weren't necessary. They're necessary, but they're just gross. That's all. That's my only point.
Every bathroom's gross, dude. It's a bathroom.
Porta potties are grosser than regular bathrooms.
Fair enough. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. If you turn around directly from the bathroom door, you're probably going to get some covered space.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you're saying like opposite.
Yeah. Like
okay. Yep.
180 yourself.
Right.
Okay. You get some cupboard space. Mm-hmm. Sorry. And then a little bit further back, I'm just going to go with this. You have 2 bunk beds on both sides. So 4 beds in the very back. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You are okay.
How did I do? That's what I'm going to give.
You are 100%.
Really?
Like not a single detail is wrong.
Except for maybe the cupboards above the freezer.
Correct. I'll have to check on that and let you know.
Fair enough.
But the one thing, and I guess it's not really wrong because you just didn't say it, but like the bunks are in their own room, so there's a door.
Yes, correct. Is it a door or is it a curtain?
It's a door.
Okay.
And then like so if you open the door and you look in there, there's on the left there's 2 bunks. Yeah. On the right there is a bunk and then like a little dinette that makes into a bed.
Cool. Oh right, yeah. Okay. Want to know a secret?
Yeah.
I described the exact layout of my camper.
Here's the secret. They're all the same.
I forgot that mine has the dinette on the bottom, but we just never use it.
That's hilarious that yours is the same layout though.
It's always folded down.
But yours is a 5th wheel, so it's got the steps.
It's 5th wheel, so it has the steps. It's also like, It's not a toy hauler, but in the back where the bunks are,
it has a door going out.
It has doors on both sides.
Gotcha.
And those bunks fold up, so it works great for like storing bikes.
Yeah.
On the inside, so you never have to worry, or like firewood, or we put our flat top grill
whatever
in there
you want in there. Just put it in there.
Bodies, cocaine, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into. Don't do drugs.
Don't do that.
Don't do drugs. Well, that's cool, dude. I think we should hop into Dexter's DMs.
Yeah, we should.
Guys, Dexter sent us a DM, and really quick, before we get into Dexter's actual DM that I'm going to pull up here, I saw Dexter this weekend at the wedding, okay? And Dexter told me something that is really exciting. It's a big deal.
You wrote it down, so it must be a big deal.
No, I didn't. I'm pulling up the DM.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind.
Dexter said that he is considering starting a Facebook page for Dexter's.
Shut up.
Yes.
You mean a group? A group or a page? Okay, cool.
Facebook group.
Yeah.
For Dexter's, which is really exciting. So be on the lookout for that. We'll probably post something on our Instagram when it's up.
Yeah, we will.
Go follow or go join. And
whatever it's called.
I also talked to Tate a little bit about the Facebook group, and I was like, dude, you should make some memes. And he's like, dude, I should make some memes.
The memes.
So who knows? We might get memes out of this group. It'll be a whole thing. Me and Colin will for sure join it.
I'll think about it. Ian will for sure join.
I'll for sure join it. I'll for sure interact on there all over the place. So if it happens, Dexter, make it happen, and it'll be really. I'm really excited.
I'm pretty excited about this. Actually, I didn't know about this. I'm pretty hyped.
It's pretty cool. It's almost like a badge of like you're official.
Yeah.
It's like
do you have a you don't have a podcast?
How successful is your podcast? Well, we have a Facebook group. What, dude?
And someone else made the Facebook group for us. Like we have people people listen to our podcast.
People listen to our podcast. This Facebook group has 4 members, dude. No, it's gonna have a lot of members.
Even if it has 4. It's 4 people. It's 4 people I like. So
I love that. Okay. Dexter sent us a DM and said, the long and short of it, okay, he said he apologized for not giving us content. No big deal, dude.
You don't owe us content.
You don't owe us.
What you've given us.
He is the Dexter.
You do owe us content.
You owe us
but I appreciate you apologize.
But the amount of content that you've given us is sufficient. Okay. And he asked a question. He said, "What is your opinion on time travel? I'm very interested to hear your response." It blows my mind that we haven't talked about time travel because it's something that the two of us, I feel like, discuss. Not regularly.
We probably did
like
more often a few years ago.
True.
Would you say that?
Yeah. Because, sorry, I'm.
What are you doing right now?
Going through my DMs on Instagram. I get requests from weird people that I have to delete.
Cool.
Bots, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot, like when Infinity War came out. I think that or not Infinity, when Endgame came out.
Yep.
Avengers Endgame. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. They all live, except for Iron Man. He dies.
Iron Man just literally dies.
He snaps his fingers, said, "I am Iron Man," and then he snaps his fingers,
and he dies.
Poof, brings back the people. Didn't have enough power, I guess, to say that, like, hey, I'm gonna live too. Yes, I can bring back half the population, but I can't save myself with the 5 most powerful elements in the known universe.
You think he could have used the stones to save himself as well?
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought.
He could have used the power stone to give himself power. He could have used the soul stone to transfer his soul into another body.
Do you think
he could have used the space stone to transfer his?
Okay, I get where you're going.
He could have used the time stone to transfer time.
That raw energy coming out of the gauntlet when it was doing the other thing was just too powerful for him to contain. And I don't think he can use them for other things at the same time as he's using. It's a limited to one thing at a time. Yeah. Let's not get crazy here.
Again, the most powerful elements in the known universe. Just one at a time.
Let's just don't confuse it. It's like if you're any video editors out there, it's like when you got stuff in Adobe Media Encoder, just get in the queue. You get one item at a time.
I don't understand that reference.
Our video editors out there will get that.
Yeah.
They'll get it. You got it.
One guy listening. I know that reference. I got it. Maybe Lauren's listening.
Yeah, maybe. You get it, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Okay. Time travel.
Time travel.
I think
there's a lot of directions we could go with this.
I think I'm going to go first.
Okay, go first, please.
Or do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay. the thing about time travel is this. I'm trying to decide which direction I want to go with this. Okay, here's the deal. Okay, if I was to believe in time travel, no, that's not what I'm going to say. Okay, if time travel is a real thing, I think that you have to look into like what our only examples we have are from Hollywood, right? So you have to kind of look at the different examples of Hollywood. This is exactly what they did in the movie, okay, in Endgame. But you look at the different examples of Hollywood's, like the time travel that they've put out, Back to the Future, Hot Tub Time Machine. Never seen that movie, but it's a time
I know it's
machine
about time
movie.
Travel.
Project Almanac.
Haven't seen it.
That's a really good movie. You should watch that.
Cool.
Write it down.
I'll just think of it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna write it.
It's a really good movie. Project Almanac, Avengers Endgame, right? Looking at all of those, I think that the most likely version of time travel, the one that makes the most sense in my head, is the Endgame version.
Oh, I disagree so much.
Okay.
But keep going.
Because like when Hulk's explaining it and he says, like, people are like, why can't you just go back to the beginning and kill baby Thanos? And he's like, you can't alter the past, because once you go back to the past, you're in your present, and you can't alter your current past. Like before you go back to the future, you can't alter, or before, I'm sorry. Okay. Before you go to the past, you're in the present. Okay. So that's going to be present 1. Once you go back to the past, you're also in your present.
Right.
Which is present 2. You can't alter present 1 from present 2 because it's still the present. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like you can't go back and kill baby Hitler because that's your present, and you can't change your present, which is your past now, by doing something in your present. You can't change the past. Okay, period. Simple as that. You can't change the past.
Why do you think that?
Because once you go to the past, you're in the present.
Yep.
And you can't, and what you were in is now the past.
Right. I understand that you're saying that, but I don't agree with it.
So by changing something, you're in the present, and you won't change the past, you'll change the future, because when you go back, you'll be.
So what you're saying is
future.
like a branch timeline thing.
Yes. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
You're saying you would go back, and then that would create a different timeline that you would now be part of.
Right. And you can't get back to your original timeline.
I think that what's more likely. Well, first of all, let's back up a step. I do think time travel is a thing. At the very minimum. Well, okay, we're gonna look at this.
I didn't say I didn't.
I know you didn't. But we're gonna look at this at the more basic level, right?
Okay. Probably a good idea.
We are all currently time traveling. We are traveling through time.
Correct.
On a linear path, doesn't change speed.
Could be a horizontal path. Just saying.
That's still linear. Linear just means like a
could be vertical.
Straight line.
Could
It's
be
still,
horizontal.
all those are linear.
Could be a circle.
That's not linear, but I don't think it's a circle. Anyway,
I'm just being stupid.
You're being a silly
Keep going.
goose, and I don't like it.
Nice.
Thanks.
Goose.
Nice.
Nice
Anyway,
usage of silly goose.
Thank you. So that's already happening. And we've seen, like, it's possible to change how you perceive the passage of time. So
elaborate on that, please.
I will. The closer one gets to the speed of light,
your perception of time.
well, no, not even your perception, how time goes by for you changes.
Oh, right.
So I don't know the details of this because it was a long time ago when I read it, but the guy who has like the record for like longest time spent in space, he was like orbiting the Earth for like 150 days in like a rocket, and when he came back to Earth, he is like, it's a crazy small number, like a nanosecond or two younger than he would have been had he not gotten to space like that.
Right.
Because he was going so fast for such a long time that it slightly sped up the way time in which was perceived, in the way in which time was perceived for him.
Right.
Another example would be you put a clock on Earth You take 2 clocks to the like the spaceship launch station. Okay?
Right.
You set them both to the exact same time. Mm-hmm. You leave one of them on the floor and you put the other one in the rocket and send it like the speed of light in one direction for a while, send it back. More, less, I think, time. One of the two.
Less time on the rocket.
Less time will have gone by.
On the rocket.
Right. So they'll be at different speeds.
Right. Like if it's 2 p.m. on Earth, it maybe will be like 1:57.
Right. But when you get them back, they will be set to different things is the point.
Right.
Which obviously we're nowhere near like...
Speed
we're
of
nowhere
light.
near a place where you can do like any meaningful type of thing with that.
Right.
But it's... Nonetheless, it's showing like time travel to the future, at least, would be possible.
Right. And then like looking at even like the black hole stuff, right? Like the closer you get to a black hole, the slower time goes.
Right. So you could like...
Which isn't really like time travel. You're not jumping into the future,
but like
or
in theory,
jumping
if
into
you
the
could get in a
past.
rocket, go like orbit a black hole, like
Right.
really close, and then get out of that orbit, come back to Earth.
Right.
Way, way, way more time would have passed on Earth than
Right.
you felt go by.
Right. Which is the interstellar time travel.
Oh, is it really?
Very similar from my understanding. I haven't watched that
haven't either.
movie. I want to though. I don't know
This
why I
podcast
haven't.
should just be us talking about movies we haven't seen.
It really should be. So dude, that new one, trailer looked trash. Anyway, but like, I think that's the interstellar one. So like, yeah, we've established that. I think, and
So time travel forward is like physically possible, and at least to a
Right.
certain level has been proven and like demonstrated.
Yes.
Time travel backwards is a different story.
I don't think that.
I don't think it's possible.
And here's, do you want to know why?
Tell me why.
Because I do think we're on a linear timeline.
Yep.
Whereas to believe in going back to the future, you would need to believe that we're on more of a circular timeline.
Not necessarily.
Well, okay, and here's, this is the way my brain has perceived it forever, okay? So if I like, to believe in going back to the past, you have to believe that every moment that you've lived is still out there somewhere.
Okay.
Okay. So if I snap my fingers, right, you have to believe that somewhere in the universe, there's the two of us sitting here and Ian's snapping his fingers for all of eternity. Because if it's truly gone forever, you can't go back to it, right? You can't go back to something that doesn't exist. So to believe that, so to believe in time travel to the past, then you would need to believe, I think, in more of a circular timeline.
Yeah.
Than an actual, like, one that just repeats itself forever.
I guess I wouldn't see it that way. I agree with you that once something happens, it's done, you know?
Right.
I'm like because I think we're stuck within this linear timeline.
Right.
I think something like God, I think, exists outside of our understanding of time.
Yeah.
You know? So obviously he can time travel, lucky. But we can't
lucky
we can't do
lucky duck. Jesus, you're the best.
But we can't do it. I think if we could, though, I think it would be more like you see in Back to the Future than in Endgame.
Back to the Future, yeah.
I think there's a couple things that gets wrong, but because I think you're looking at the way you're looking at it with like the stuff, you know, your past becomes your present, and you know what I'm saying? How you were explaining it?
Yeah. Yep.
I think you're looking at it from your point of view as the one doing the time traveling, right?
Correct. That was embarrassing.
Wow, you just got a text. Whoa. Anyway, you're looking at it from the perspective of you being the time traveler. But I think it's more, we have to look at it outside of that understanding from like someone who's not doing the time traveling.
Fair enough.
So you, assuming, because it's not possible, but assuming it was possible to go back, you know, then you would go back, change something, and it would be to this person that didn't time travel as though nothing, like as though it's always been that way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. But you're not changing your future.
I think you would be.
Yes, but you'd more so be changing your past.
Right, you'd be changing your past, which affects your future.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would need to. Yeah.
But it also introduces, here's another another bigger thing that I think shows that time travel backwards really isn't possible, because it introduces all kinds of like paradox. I was going to say paradoxes, but I think it's paradoxes. I don't know.
No, yes, very true.
Like, for example, I don't know if you heard of like the grandfather paradox. So if you were to go back in time and kill your grandfather,
right,
you would never be born,
right,
which would mean you would never go back in time and kill your grandfather,
right.
So it's
an endless loop. Yeah. Also, like time travel backwards. Like a lot of times we think like eventually we'll discover time travel.
But if it had been discovered sometime in the future, someone would have come back.
Somebody would have come back.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, there are some wild stories out there.
They're fake though.
Okay, but there are some wild stories out there.
Stories of everything
that people say are real, that Ian likes to think are real.
Ian.
Yeah, there was this one story of this guy that said that he was from the future, and that he came back to warn people or something. I forgot what he was doing, but he was like just chilling at a casino winning big bucks or something like that. But there was the story goes, there's no record of this man ever existing. Like they couldn't find a record of him once he died. Like he died shortly after he showed up on the grid because he was doing something that caught the attention of the feds, and they couldn't find a record of this person existing, which is crazy. Probably a made up story, but still,
if I ever
like stories like that are,
if I ever fake my death, like we talked about, in a previous episode, that would be a fun thing to do.
Say you're from the future.
Go tell people you're from the future. Then when you die, they'll be like, we couldn't verify. We have no idea who this guy is.
That would be kind of cool. Even though you'd never get to experience.
No, you wouldn't get to enjoy it, but you get to know as you're dying, like someone's going to be really freaked out.
Right. Or like the pictures of like people having smartphones or whatever in the 80s and stuff. It's like, dude, it's probably just like a Polaroid camera. Like,
or it's like really easy to Photoshop things.
Yeah.
Either way.
But I think as far as like time travel being real in the sense of like we get in a time machine, travel back in time, and then we can do like, maybe it can happen. Mm-hmm. But if it can happen, then people just don't do it.
Right. Unfortunately, I feel like all the signs point to it not being possible.
Right.
Like, 'cause think about this one too. If you are in the future and like if you take this cup, you have sitting here.
Yeah, that one.
And you go back to an hour ago when we were just starting.
Yeah.
Give yourself that cup. Mm-hmm. And then come back. Mm-hmm. Now you have two cups.
Right.
You just duplicate it. You could just do that over and over again. You can't really, and that's like, I feel like a universal law of like physics is you can't like create matter out of nothing.
Right. Matter comes from matter.
Right. You can't, exactly. Anything you make comes from something else, but that would be something created out of nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Which we can't do.
I can't do it.
So unless time travel introduces all these weird things that can't happen any other way, then
which is like what time travel is, but
it just doesn't seem likely.
But it is fascinating concept.
I want it to be real.
Like it's really a fun one to like dig into really deep. Something I think is interesting, and we don't have to get into it a ton, but like something I think is interesting is the idea of like alternate worlds in almost like a Narnia style thing where it's like there's alternate worlds inside of our world.
Yeah.
Right. And like
sorry.
Because it's no surprise to people that sometimes people just disappear. And like they don't show up again. Mm-hmm. Like this happened. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
It's not super frequent. A lot of times you find a body somewhere.
But you think they're going to like
No, I don't necessarily think that, but I think it could be real. It's fun. I don't know. I don't think it's real, but it's fun to think about, okay. Right? And like
just trying to like figure out if you're legitimately crazy or not.
But like the way that the Narnia world is, like where years can go by where only minutes pass in this world. Like you can go live another life and then come back here.
It's cool to think about.
You start over, which like isn't real because everybody would be perfect if you could live your life twice. But it's just like that version of like time travel per se is really cool to me, that like you could go to another world where time passes as it normally would,
right,
in your eyes, and you live a whole life.
Go back and start over where you
it's
where
minutes.
You left
and
off.
Dude, talk about loopy. Holy cow! Can you imagine like dying on a cot in a world like Narnia,
right,
and opening your eyes, falling out of a wardrobe like 10 minutes after you left?
Yeah,
you're like,
you like remember nothing that even happened because it. You know, like something would have happened 10 minutes ago, you barely remember it because it was like literally a lifetime ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Be like, hey, are you going to come play football with us?
Like, I don't even know who you are.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Anyway, that's a long answer to a difficult question.
But it's a fun question.
It's fun.
Thank you for the question. Thank you for all the questions you've given, Dexter.
You're the best.
You're the best, man. Start your Facebook group.
All right. I have a question from... This is in a comment from episode 10.
Yeah.
From Just Turtle Plays 5982.
What's up? Just Turtle Plays.
He left a lot of comments, and that's so awesome.
So awesome.
Love the interaction. He said, I have a question. What do you think is better, console/PC games or mobile games?
Mobile games.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't play console/PC games.
Nope.
I'm not a big gamer.
Right.
Okay. I do enjoy. Okay, wait. Okay, I like playing Call of Duty. Okay, and I like the console version better than the mobile version.
Have you played the mobile one? Mm-hmm. Is it just dumb?
And no, it's not dumb.
It's
like
not good.
It's fun. It's just not as easy.
Right.
So I'm not. I'd have to put effort into it. Like I've seen people like attach joysticks to their phone though and play it. I'm like, that would be cool because then it's like you have.
I'm not with that game, but I have like a Bluetooth controller.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You want to try it sometime?
I want to bring it to camp with me.
Okay.
Anyway, we should talk about that. But in that instance, I think that Call of Duty is better on the console. But I also think that mobile games are just the games that I play, so I'm very biased.
Yeah.
I don't play consoles.
Yeah.
PC
I agree
really.
that with games where they have it on both,
Yeah.
like Call of Duty or like, I don't know, what's another example? Minecraft, which I know you love that one.
I hate
Minecraft. They're usually better on the console or PC than on the mobile version.
Part of that could just be because that's where it started.
Yeah, and using a controller or a keyboard and mouse is a lot easier than using tap controls. Usually they can charge more money because nobody's gonna pay $60 for a phone
mobile
app.
Game. Yeah,
but they'll pay that for like a console or a computer game.
I don't know why.
I don't either. But so they'll put more time developing it.
Right.
Phones don't have as good of processing, all that good stuff.
All that techie stuff Colin knows.
Yeah. But I don't know. I also think they're usually very different style of games, like on mobile versus
mobile games are just like, hey,
you have 5 minutes to kill.
Yeah, you're bored. Here you go. Whereas like console games have like campaigns.
Yeah, console games are like you're gonna kill 4 hours and not get very far in this game.
Yeah, like leave, come back and pick up where you left off. Like that, you don't really do that a ton on
mobile games. Are like
games. You can
5 seconds on this level, and then because like you're waiting in line to get your coffee.
Right. I have wanted. Maybe this is out there. If this is out there and you know about it, send it my way. But like I kind of want like a Mario Bros on my phone. That would be cool.
They make one called Super Mario Run.
Okay.
And it's like a tamed down version. So imagine Mario, but it you can't like control left to right. It's just you just jump.
Okay.
So you can like jump and wall jump. So you can't really go backwards though.
Oh. Okay.
But it's like I don't know. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But it's definitely just a mobile game.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I would love, because it seems like it'd be easy enough to do like a good Mario.
I know, you'd think. But also, like, how much can you do with tap controls? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Because you could do, like just tapping the left or right side of the screen will make you go that direction. And then maybe like the middle left. I don't know, because it seems like it's a pretty simple controlled game. There's like,
yeah, for the most part. I mean, you might have to leave out some elements like the bubble.
Yeah, you can make it a little simpler.
Or the skipping on the walls.
Sure.
But like, how are you going to throw your fire? You know?
Maybe you do. Okay, now I'm thinking of it. You don't really play mobile games, so I'm trying to figure it out how. You don't play like mobile, like that type of game though. So you'd have like, I guess you do, but you have like a digital joystick, I think, on the left side.
Yeah.
So you're using that for your up, down, left, right.
Yeah. Well, not really up, down.
A little bit though. Ground pound, and you can.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I don't know, to get out of the water, I think you have to go to swim. You have to use the
correct
arrows.
Yes.
Anyway, and then on the right side, you just have like the far right side. That whole part of your screen is like the 2 button on the Wii, so your jump button, and then like the middle left is like the 1 button.
Yeah.
So you're basically just emulating like a Wii controller turned sideways.
Yeah.
On the phone. I feel like that'd be
easy enough. Should we make a mobile game?
I think we should just do it.
All right, you do the coding and the programming, and I'll play it.
Okay. I like that. That's easy enough.
So there's your answer.
I generally like
console/PC
games better.
Fair enough.
I don't really do much gaming either way.
I will say that they're better, and I no shame.
Yeah.
They just are better. But I think that
I play more mobile games just because I don't like I'll play games, but it's not like one of my hobbies, necessarily. So I'm not going to commit like a lot of time to it.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
Yeah. That's my thoughts on that. Good question.
Love it. Okay. We're probably good to like begin to wrap up here.
Okay.
I think I'm going to talk about the thing quick.
Talk about the thing.
Okay, guys. So, today is the last podcast for a while. So let me paint you guys a picture. Okay,
here's the picture.
Here's what's going on. So I am leaving to go to summer camp and work in that ministry for 3 months. So from pretty much like I leave in a week. So it's like the end.
You're leaving a week from when we're recording this. So you'll be leaving in like.
I leave in 4 days. Wait,
from Thursday?
3, 4. Yep. I leave in 4 days. So from Memorial Day till like the 18th of August, I believe is the stretch that I'm gone. And we had talked a little bit about like trying to find a time to record it at camp, but
I'm virtually
virtually
like a Zoom thing or something.
But I'm very busy up there, and I don't have a ton of time to like sit down for an hour,
right.
Except at like midnight, and
I gotta sleep.
We both have jobs and things to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a leave of absence, a sabbatical, if you will.
I will.
For 3 months ish. It's
like
it comes out pretty close to exactly 3 months, but and who knows? We might pop in some special episodes, stuff like that. Be on the lookout. Keep looking at our Instagram and stuff because we might
post some special stuff. We're not sure. We've got some ideas.
We might post some special stuff. We might post some story stuff. Like if the Facebook group happens, like we'll shout that out. Yeah. That kind of stuff. We'll be
the Facebook group is exciting because that'd be a fun way to stay active.
Yeah. If the Facebook group happens, we'll for sure be active on there, and doing that. So I think that's everything. So like, if you have more questions about it, I guess you can
DM us
and I'll answer those questions. If you guys are interested in the camp, Inspiration Point Christian Camp and Retreat Center, check it out. There's still openings for stuff for you to be there this summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, like me and Colin are not breaking up. We're still a couple of podcasters. And we are going to come back stronger than we've ever been.
Absolutely.
At the end. And yeah, I don't even want to say goodbye because it's not goodbye. It's just like, see you later. That's the cheesiest thing I've ever said.
Let's end it on that. Have a good day.
Later, guys.